Hey guys, Jonathan Wood here for Dan Sports Hornet and the Dan Sports Show. How is it going? I'm here to make NFL picks for Week 4. For Week 4? Yeah. In the NFL, we are 1-0 on the week already. We had San Francisco covering the 3.5 point spread against the Rams. I said it was going to be closer than that. I thought it was going to be probably like a touchdown game. Yeah, it wasn't. San Francisco beats St. Louis pretty handily, 35-11, even though it wasn't that pretty, even if you are the 49ers, because really outside of Anquan Bolden at this point, what do you have with Michael Crabtree being down? So, but nonetheless, it was a win for us and for them. And with that, we are obviously 1-0 on the week, and that makes us 28-21 on the year, 502 wins, 296 losses, one tie lifetime. Against the spread, we are 22-27 and 113. 103 lifetime. Alright, here we go. Baltimore and Buffalo. Basically, I do want to say this. There are two games that I'm picking today that I'm basically, for all but two games, the spread and the straight up picks are going to be the same. So I will tell you what the two games are when we get to them, but other than that, I'm just gonna, name the spread, and if I don't say that the picks are different, then they're not. Okay, just like this one, Buffalo plus 3.5 at home. Buffalo's a ways away from being as good as I think they need to be yet. Baltimore is good, not great, but I do think Baltimore is good enough to win at least by, the spread of 3.5. I'm gonna say Baltimore wins by at least a touchdown. Normally I don't do that. I'm just saying. Detroit is a 2.5 point favorite at home against the Bears. I'm iffy about this game. Been iffy about this game. The Bears are 3-0, but it is an ugly 3-0, and the Bears are not really all that great against divisional opponents. Okay, they almost lost to the Vikings uh, already this year, and probably should have, for that matter. In fact, there are several games that the Bears should have lost this year, but didn't. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. But nonetheless, I do think that the Lions do have a chance to pull this one out here. I'm not going to call for it, though. I do like the Bears a little more. So I'm going to go with the Bears, and obviously for the spread, too. Cincinnati and Cleveland. Cleveland plus 4.5. I'm a little iffy with the spread there. Cleveland is not good, obviously, and Cincinnati is good. I got a good look at Cincinnati last week with them playing the Packers. But Cleveland and Cincinnati always play each other tough. And I know that, and I've watched a lot of their games, and it's just a hard-nosed, tough, physical football game that's played between these two teams. But the question I have is, can Brian Hoyer deal with that Bengals defense? I don't think Hoyer can, and are the Browns going to be a little bit too high coming off of a win against the Vikings last week that really nobody expected them to get? I'm going to go with the Bengals and taking them for the spread. Two, Indianapolis and Jacksonville. Jacksonville plus 8.5. Jacksonville has become a joke of a franchise. What can you say? It's the Colts and the Jaguars. The Jaguars won't get Tim Tebow. Not that a lot of the fans want it, not that the Jaguars have a lot of fans, and I know that's going to insult a lot of people, but quite frankly, it's just the truth. I mean, if the Jaguars had a lot of fans, they wouldn't be selling free beer on Sunday just to get people to come to the game. I've got the Colts. I've got the Colts ugly. The Jags easily could go 1-15 or 0-16. They do play Cleveland. That could be a potential win later this year, but I don't know, maybe not. The New York Giants and the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs minus 4.5 at home. The Chiefs have not turned the ball over yet this year. The Chiefs are one of the best teams in the league in turnover margin, in turnovers, and forcing turnovers. The Chiefs force turnovers. The Giants lead the league in turning the ball over. They've done it the most. Bad combination here, bad matchup. Offensive line, not good for the Giants. Secondary, not great for the Giants. Okay, this is just a mess. This is just a mess of a Giants team. Kansas City is a tough place to play anyway. I've got the Chiefs winning this game and covering the spread. Pittsburgh Steelers, Minnesota Vikings. It's a pick'em game, half a point plus half a point. So it'd be half a point for the Steelers. I've got the Steelers in this game. I do think that the Vikings are the best 0-3 team in the league, probably. But my only reservation right now is Matt Castle. What is he going to look like? That's my biggest reservation right now. Not that Christian Ponder is much better. Maybe, if Castle performs well, Christian Ponder may not have a starting job. I do think Pittsburgh does get their first win. I do think it'll be an ugly football game. Okay, neither one of these teams look terribly spectacular. Pittsburgh's old and but so I'm iffy. I am gonna go with Pittsburgh, but like I said, I'm definitely iffy. The Vikings could pull this one out because the Vikings, like I said, do at times look like the best 1-3 team in the league. Arizona Cardinals, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Buccaneers favored by a field goal at home. Be careful here now. Looking at the line of what everybody for Pigskin Pick'em is looking to pick right now for this, a lot of people are going with Arizona. I'm not. I think Tampa Bay right now is obviously at a point where they're just going to try everything. They benched Josh Freeman in favor of the rookie from North Carolina State, Mike Glennon, and I don't exactly know how that's going to work, but it's worth a shot. Quite frankly, I'm very disappointed in what I've seen from the Arizona Cardinals this year. Okay, I figured the Cardinals would be a little bit more competitive. They're not. I think Carson Palmer may have finally found a home for himself, but I still don't like what I've seen out of the Cardinals. The Buccaneers do have a win coming, and I think they get it under Glennon. The only question I might have is what kind of issue are you going to run into with Josh Freeman? And is he going to become a distraction? He's made it clear he wants out of Tampa, and with him being benched and Greg Schiano not even being willing to really call him the backup at this point, is that going to cause him to chirp a little more, and is that going to distract the team? As far as this weekend, I don't think so. I've got the Buccaneers getting their first win. Seattle and Houston. Plus 2.5 for the Texans. Seattle gets a lot of praise for how good they are, especially at home. Their defense is good, but the thing is, Seattle's not at home. And when Seattle's not at home, they're not as good. They didn't play very well against Carolina on the road earlier this year, and you're going into Houston, and Houston is better than Carolina. You're going into a Houston Texan team. You're going into Houston to play a Houston Texan team that got, I guess you could almost say, embarrassed by the Ravens last week because the Ravens put a stomping on them. And Houston is not going to be very happy. This is going to be a smash mouth football game. It's going to be a close football game. I do have the Texans squeaking out a win, though, against the Seahawks. The New York Jets and the Tennessee Titans. This is one of the games where I am picking spread one way, picking win another. If this game was a point less, I'd be going the same way. The Tennessee Titans are favored by 3.5 at home. Here is the deal, first of all, with this game. Tennessee Titans, they're not as good as a lot of people think they are. And you're like, well, they're 2-1. You're right, they are 2-1. But at the same time, they barely beat San Diego last week. They beat Pittsburgh in week 1. They barely beat San Diego last week. Tennessee is not playing great ball. Okay, they really are not. They didn't play great ball against San Diego last week. It took them forever to, they took the lead with like 15 seconds left to go in the game. Plus, the best weapon they have right now is Kenny Britt, and Britt is not playing all that great this year. He's only got 5 catches. I don't remember exactly how many times he's been targeted, but out of the only 5, I think he's been targeted like 18 times. I'm probably wrong on that. I'm sure somebody will correct me, but it's not a good ratio. And this Jets defense, I don't think this Jets defense gets enough credit. Rex Ryan has a good defense with this Jets team. And I think that's going to give the Tennessee Titans a little bit of fits. I do think the Titans win the game. I think they win it close. I don't think they cover the spread. I'm going with the Jets. Dallas Cowboys, San Diego Chargers. Chargers plus 1.5. The Cowboys are not a good road team. Okay, you look at this 2-1 Cowboy team. This is really a make or break game for them, and here's why. They have to show that they are capable of putting back-to-back complete games together. They played a complete game, beginning, middle, end, against St. Louis last week and put a whooping on them. But they have to prove that they can do it against a good San Diego team this week. Okay, this team is 2-1. They beat a bad Giants team in week 1, although they struggled. They lost to a good Kansas City team, and they put a beating on a bad St. Louis team. Okay, their 2 wins came against not good teams. Their 1 loss came against a good team. This San Diego team is a good team. This San Diego team easily could be a 3-0 team. Okay, they should have beat the Texans on Monday Night Football in week 1, and they should beat the Titans last week. Okay, this is a good Charger team. Phillip Rivers is very comfortable with Mike McCoy, and he's playing some really good ball right now. And so this is going to be difficult for this Dallas team. I'm going to go with the Chargers. I don't think the Cowboys can do it. They're not at home, like I said. They're not a good road team. They haven't shown so far the ability to play back-to-back complete games. So I'm going with San Diego until I see otherwise. Here is the other game where the pick is different from the spread. Okay, Philadelphia and Denver. Denver is 11.5-point favorites at home. Denver is the better team, but these are the number 1 and 2 offenses in the league. Okay, but if you look at Philadelphia altogether, they haven't played a lot of great offense. And Philadelphia, even though they've shown kind of the ability to run a conventional offense, the Chip Kelly system is reliant on the fast-paced, high-tempo stuff. And can Philadelphia keep that up in the air of Denver, in the thin air of Denver, mile high? Plus, the Philadelphia defense has looked atrocious. And right now, Peyton Manning will feed, as always, but really right now, because he's playing pretty hot, he will feed on an atrocious defense. And he very well could do that here. Now, I do think that the Philadelphia Eagles offense can, to a point, keep up with the Broncos. Therefore, I am going with the Broncos to get the win. I do think they're the better team. I don't think they win by almost 2 touchdowns. I do think they win probably by at least 1. I don't think they win by 2. I do have Denver winning the game, like I said, in Philadelphia for the spread. New England comes in 3-0. And they're underdogs to the Falcons by 1.5 at home. The Falcons are at home. I'm just going to say it right now. I'm going with the Falcons in this game. Going with the Falcons to win, going with them to cover. New England is not a good 3-0 team. In fact, they're the worst 3-0 team in the league right now. If you've watched them play, I mean, they have not played. This is a real test for them. Okay? Because leading up to this, they haven't really played anybody, to be completely honest. Now they're playing a real quarterback in Matt Ryan. A quarterback who rarely ever loses at the Georgia Dome. Well, Rob Gronkowski could play. You're right. Gronk could play. It's been said all week, but just because he can practice, how effective is he going to be? We still don't know that yet. Look at RG3 for the Redskins, which we completely forgot that game, so we'll go back to it in a second. I apologize, but look at RG3. You know, and I know that RG3 didn't get any camp or anything, or practice or anything, but Gronk, it's still going to take him a while to get in game speed, get in game shape, so I don't think Gronk is going to be all that effective. I do have Atlanta winning the game, like I said, and covering the spread. Let's do the Washington game quick before we get to the Monday night game, because the Patriots-Falcons is a Sunday night game. Oakland plus 2.5. I like the Skins in this game. I think the Skins are finally starting to figure it out. RG3 is finally starting to look a little bit better. Okay, I can't see the Redskins dropping to 0-4. Like I said, RG3 looks like he is getting better. Oakland is not that good. The Redskins' defense is not that good. Okay, I don't think Washington's gonna blow Oakland out of the water, 40-3 or anything. But I do think RG3 is going to have himself his best game of the year so far. And I think the Redskins are going to show that they're slowly starting to come back together. It's starting to click. This honestly right here is probably my favorite bet of the weekend. 3-0 Miami, 3-0 New Orleans, the Saints getting a touchdown. -6.5 at home. The Saints are good on Monday night. The Superdome is electric anytime, but they're electric on Monday night. The Saints are the better team. Okay, the Saints defense is improved from last year. The offense is still a little bit, but they're getting there. They're going to break out, and I think this is going to be the time to do it. And to do it against a Miami team would be impressive because this Miami defense is not bad. So I do think the Saints win. I think they do win by a touchdown. I've got them winning by a touchdown exactly, actually. The score that I've picked for Pigskin Pick'em is 27-20 New Orleans. So that is where I'm going. I do think it'll be a fairly competitive game. I don't think the Saints are going to blow the Dolphins out, but I do think the Saints will continue on undefeated, and the Dolphins will suffer their first loss. This probably is not the best work that I have done, but that is okay. And that's going to do it for me. I am John Lemons for Jan Sports 100 and the Jan Sports Show. Hope this works, because I realize that my cam just kind of having some issues, but we'll see what happens. And we will see you guys later. College football picks coming up. Hmm.